What are Spravato treatments like, or Esketamine treatments? So, as I mentioned in another video, I have depression, treatment resistant depression, and that's what Spravato or Esketamine has been approved for by the FDA a few years ago. If you've tried a few different antidepressants and they haven't worked for you, then this is a step further. And how it works is it's a derivative of the illegal drug ketamine, and it comes in a nasal spray. So you go to the doctor's office because they have to supervise you while you're on it. It can elevate your blood pressure and have other potential complications that they want to look out for. So you go to the doctor's office, they take your blood pressure, make sure you're okay to proceed, and then you get the bottle with the nasal spray. Each one has two pumps, and the first time you go, you get two bottles, so four pumps total. And then every time after that, you get three bottles, so six pumps total. So you take one, you spray it in your nose, inhale a little bit, let that work for 5 minutes, and then they come back, give you the second one, you spray that, let it sit for 5 minutes, and then you do the third one. And so after all that, what happens? Well, so going in, one big thing that I had heard and I was a little bit worried about was dissociation, because I've experienced that before. And if you are unfamiliar, dissociation or depersonalization, derealization, all that sort of thing, it's a short answer would be kind of an out of body experience, but it's not really that. It's you feel like you're outside of yourself, and you're kind of watching yourself go through life, like a movie almost. You feel like you're not completely in control of your actions, and it's just really bizarre, and it can be very upsetting. So I was worried about that aspect of it. Thankfully, my experience, I haven't really had much of that with the Spravato treatments. In fact, it kind of has been the opposite for me. So when it kicks in, I distinctly know or feel that I'm definitely inside my head, but where I am inside my head feels connected with like everything in the universe, and free to roam here and there wherever, but still grounded in myself, if that makes any sense. a lot of a lot of my explanations here probably aren't going to make any sense because they're weird. It's weird stuff goes on when you take this. That's why you need to be supervised. The big thing is, at some point, or maybe the whole time, you're gonna get this huge sense of clarity. Like things just make sense, even though your thoughts are kind of branching out a million different ways, and you may struggle to grab hold of one of those thoughts and follow it to its conclusion. And you may, feel like you have the greatest idea in the world, and then the next second completely lose it. It doesn't really upset you that you've lost the one thought, because there's so many other things to explore. It feels like the solutions to any problem you could think of are just easily accessible. You could solve whatever. It's not the case, obviously, because if it was, all the problems would be solved. But just the feeling of limitless possibility probably is what contributes to it being such an effective therapy, because that's the exact opposite of depression. When you have depression, you don't feel like anything is possible. So this just takes you completely in the other direction. And I guess the way that happens is most antidepressants work on serotonin or dopamine, whereas Spravato or Esketamine works on glutamate. And what that does is instead of just getting more serotonin or dopamine into your system, the flood of glutamate produced by the esketamine encourages nerve connections, neural growth, and stimulation. So I think that has a lot to do with these profound feelings you get of clarity and things just making sense, at least briefly. So that's kind of the best way I can describe it. I There are things that they recommend you listen to, meditations and stuff. I don't go that route. I really enjoy anime music, like opening theme songs. Most of the ones I have on the playlists for that are pretty upbeat and cheery. So it it's kind of, for me at least, it's a nice kind of background. Put the earbuds in and listen to these happy songs, and just try to explore the secrets of the universe. If I happen to think of anything else, I'll upload another video, maybe put comment on this one. If your experience is different, I'm sure it is. I'm sure someone else out there probably can explain these things much better than I can. So, drop a comment and let us all know what your experience has been like, if it's been working for you, if it's been not working for you. The other thing I completely forgot about. If you are, be warned, if you're going to start Spravato, I told you it's the nasal spray. It will, after you spray it, it will leak, drip down the back of your throat. And it is the most god-awful taste I've ever experienced. I gag on it every time. And I have looked for tips on how to do it. Supposedly, you're not supposed to breathe in as sharply as apparently I have been doing. So I'm going to try to adjust that for my next session, and I'll let you know how that goes. Again, let me know in the comments how it's been working for you, what your experience has been like, or anything else you want to share.